Welcome, folks, to Handsome Jack's Kitchen. I am Chef Aiden, and today's meal is a sexy, guaranteed, great night, date night dish. This is lamb chops with red wine and Cabernet sauce. We're going to start this off nice and simple with salt and pepper, seasoning both sides lightly, making sure to coat it nice and evenly. We're going to flip them over and repeat on the other side. Plain salt and cracked black pepper. Because we're going to season our sauce, we're going to put a few things in there and we don't want to overpower it, so we're going to keep it simple on the seasoning aspect of it as far as the lamb chops itself goes. Now what I'm adding here is roasted garlic and herb seasoning. This is what I'm going to put on the outer edges of the lamb chop, the fatty portion of it all. This is what's going to bring out the flavor when we're cooking this. Also, as we cook in the middle and the center, we're going to cook the edges as well. Those are the fatty, flavory pieces that we need to create the juices that are going to cover our lamb chops. Make sure you get it where it's nice and crusted on each edge. Then we're going to add our W sauce, Worcestershire Sauce, for those that don't know. It's going to become your friend. Trust and believe it's a good flavor that you want to add to certain dishes. So we're flipping it over and making sure each side gets coated evenly. All right. Now let's get to the red garlic roasted potatoes. This is a simple side, folks. All you need for this is some sea salt, black pepper, rosemary, garlic powder, and toward the end, when they get a little toasty and brown, you might want to add a little butter. Of course, we're using olive oil as well. That's what's going to give it the toasty brown that we're looking for, but the butter would be for flavor. Add as much as you should like, but remember, when you're dealing with the salt and things of that nature, you can add, but you cannot take away. Let's put those in the bake. Those are going to be nice. On to our skillet that has been heated, ready for our oil application. We're going to infuse our oil with 2 cloves of garlic and rosemary. We're going to use the rosemary from the shaker this time around. You can use fresh rosemary if you can get your hands on it. And that's how we infuse our oil before we apply our lamb chops. There you go, folks. You just want to get it a little toasty brown. You don't want to burn your garlic. It'll ruin your oil. That being said, let's apply our lamb chops. Now, when we apply our lamb chops, folks, be mindful. You want to give them some space. Okay? So apply them nice and evenly. You want to get them a nice toasty brown on each side. We're not going to cook them fully because we also want to give it some time to cook as well in our sauce. That's going to soak up some flavor. So we're just searing it on each side, basically. So in a moment, what you'll see is we're going to flip them over. You'll see that other side be toasted, but don't forget the edges. We've seasoned the edges, and we have to cook the edges because we're eating those too. I know I am. So you want to let that go for a few minutes. Keep an eye on it. Do not overcook your lamb chops. Folks, that's not what we want to do. We want to make sure and get our edges nice and toasty. That's what the garlic and herb crust is going to be about, because we've added our seasonings directly to the edges. Nice little way to get them done at the same time. Get you a pair of tongs. They work. All right, we're going to move on and make our sauce using the same drippings from the lamb chop left in the skillet. That's garlic, minced garlic that you see me using. We're going to apply that to our sauce. Mix that around. We want it to get a little toasty brown, and then we'll add our scallions in with it, all for maximum flavor. Then you want to get your wine. Get your wine ready. Get your butter ready, because those two things are going to come together well. There's the butter. It's going to help thicken up the juices you already have put together there. If you need more butter, feel free to add some, but you're going to need to apply some wine to that as well. Keep that mixing, keep that going. Everything is going to get some wine on it. Butter, all of your seasonings come together in this one mix. All right, here we go. We're going to add a little tomato paste to make it a little thicker than what you see here. Mix that all together, and it's official. It is now actually becoming a wine sauce. You can use less wine if you should so choose to. Make this dish your own, folks. However you want to go about it. May not come out the way you'd like it to the first time around. Try it again. This is definitely a tasty meal. Keep checking on your sauce. Get it to looking like you want it to. If you need to add wine, do so. And then you'll have this. Lamb chops and red wine Cabernet Sauce. It looks pretty good to me. This is a dish for either you and your mate, you and your family. You see, I have a couple here. This isn't just for me. But yeah, this is a meal made with love, folks. Roasted garlic, red potatoes. I got my sauteed spinach. Presentation is everything, you know. Now that I think of it, I should have stood them up, but this looks good too. Handsome Jack's Kitchen. Chef Aiden. Follow me on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'd like to thank you all. And as always, love yourself and others. Peace.